Hello everyone, and welcome to another preview. My name is LJ, and we're going to be looking at Enshrouded, developed by Keen Games, launched into early access in January of 2024. You can pick this one up for $30. It is currently only available on Steam, with a 1.0 release planned for PC and consoles in spring of next year. As a quick disclaimer, I did receive this key, and I like to remind everybody, just because I receive a review key doesn't mean I'm going to fluff things up and give everything a positive rating. I'm going to call it as I see it, so I will tell you if I'm not having fun with something, or if something is not very good. So let's move on. Just like I did with the altars, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Enshrouded is a survival game. Though I am well seasoned in this genre, I usually don't fly solo. I've spent plenty of hours in games like Minecraft, Ark, and No Man's Sky with friends. Without someone giving me a task, in particular my good buddy Spacehawk, I find these games to be a bit aimless. I need a goal or an objective to keep me moving forward. Thankfully, this game has a story and actual quests for me to complete, and they are a very important part of what makes Enshrouded interesting for me. A major plus is that the combat and activities are engaging enough to keep me from nodding out in front of my screen. This is the first time I can truly say that I have enjoyed a survival game playing solo. Enshrouded takes place in the land of Embervale. However, this world has fallen to corruption and decay thanks to a resource called Elixir that humans treated as a blessing. The wells from which this resource was mined created the shroud that now covers the land of Embervale. You, the player, or players, are awakened by an ancient magic known as the Flame. It is your mission to restore the world and free the land of its curse. Unlike a normal human being, you can explore the shroud, though only for a limited time. I have no idea if this was intentional, but I saw a strong Breath of the Wild influence here as I was awakened in what seemed like an ancient structure. Once I made it out, I was greeted with a vista that begged to be explored and a map that was waiting to be filled in. This is a third-person survival game that hinges very much on combat. You'll have a variety of weapons to use and various classes to level up in. I enjoyed having to dodge, block, and parry much more than clubbing things into oblivion like this genre is usually known for. I went with a classic sword and shield tank build. You could grab the assassin-like dual blades, utilize the bow to become a skilled archer, or grab a staff to become a powerful mage. I'm positive that there is so much to this game that I have yet to see. I started by collecting resources to craft the basic gear and weapons, though it wasn't long before it was time for me to enter the Shroud. You begin the game by being able to spend only 5 minutes in the treacherous fog to collect resources that are only found within. Though don't worry, you have the option to increase the allotted time later on. What I appreciate the most about Enshrouded is that it has quest lines that move you along and tell you what you need to do, where you need to go, and the things you need to craft, though I have to wonder if I got ahead of myself a little. A major objective is to explore the area and free various NPC characters that will help you advance in all things you can do in this world. I had to free the blacksmith before I could craft certain things and better gear. Oddly enough, I spent time building a small house that was originally meant for me, but I ended up having to give it to the blacksmith instead. You're ultimately rebuilding a community that will help you restore balance to the world. While we're on the subject of building, Enshrouded's building mechanics are voxel-based, though with enough resources you could easily build walls, floors, rooftops, doors, and more. Not realizing this, I built that first hut square by square, though I won't lie, it was kind of fun and almost therapeutic doing it that way, though it took a ton of time. Exploration is a key factor that makes a good survival game, and Embervale is one of my favorites that I have had the pleasure to set foot in. It is either beauty or danger around every corner. You don't get to see the world in its full glory until you craft the grappling hook and glider. The hook helped me cross broken bridges and hop over gates that blocked my path to future objectives. I eventually found a structure that was essentially both a tower and a shrine from Breath of the Wild fused together. Once I activated that for fast travel, I got a bird's eye view of what Embervale really looked like as I glided my way back to the ground. These items are very important for getting in and out of the shroud quickly as well. I mentioned how much of a treat it is to explore the world of Enshrouded. It helps that the game is pretty to look at, even if I am playing on what is pretty much a mid-range PC at this point. The environments are detailed and have seen much love from the devs. I look forward to eventually seeing the game in its full glory when it launches on console. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for music and soundtracks. The music in Enshrouded especially adds to the presentation and turns it into a fantasy epic. And lastly, virtual photography is one of my favorite things to engage with in video games these days. It's kind of a niche little hobby within a hobby. So I was very happy to see that there is an option to remove the HUD in the pause menu. And while I'm not expecting some kind of photo mode out of a game like this, it was definitely nice to get to showcase the game's beauty. As I said before, the times I have played a survival game by myself are far and few between. Conan Exiles was one I grew bored with quickly, and though I enjoyed V Rising, I simply fell off of that one extremely hard. Enshrouded is one that I have been waiting to go back to. I've just had other more time-sensitive projects that I had to focus on recently. With the various world options, I could make the game as easy or difficult as I want to, though I've been playing with the default settings and I haven't had an issue yet. Though I'm sure certain activities in the future will require me to dig deeper or get some friends together, I don't feel pressured to advance through the game too quickly. Playing the game completely by myself is viable at this point. As a reminder, I will not score games that are currently in early access. I give a thumbs up or thumbs down whether you should experience the game for yourself or wait till it reaches 1.0. As for Enshrouded, this is an easy recommend. Enjoyable solo and likely more so with a group of friends. Let me know in the comments if you have played Enshrouded for yourself or you're looking to check it out when it reaches a platform of your choice. Thanks for watching this preview. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Geeks Plus gaming content.